today's day 3, and we've spent a couple days just talking about how to read a ruler and the rules here. And we'll spend just a second of review. And by the end of the day today, we should be able to figure out how many decimal points are we putting. And then we're going to actually be putting numbers and taking measurements. So today's going to be how many decimals do I have? And then now we're going to start putting numbers in those circles. Okay? So this is our rules we're going to refer back to quite a bit when we do these. What place is printed on the ruler? Are there 10 tick marks? If they're not, then you only go 1. And if there is, then you go 2. So here, maybe we'll start off. I called this phase 1, decimal points printed on the ruler. Maybe if I can. Oh yeah, there we go. This will be easier. Phase 3. Okay. How many decimal points are in this measurement? So I'm going to do this one first, and then I'm going to turn the next one over to you guys. Because the question says, what decimal places will be in this measurement? And Zoe, you said it yesterday. How long is this thing? 6.5, right? So what we're going to be doing is you look at what's printed. These are the ones place because you go up by 1. So these are ones. And then, are there 10 decimal points in between it? There's not. So you only go 1. So in this question, you would circle D and E. Oh, friends. How are you all?
Good, how are you?
Awesome. Was it easier to get through that door today?
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh. All right, so here, I'm going to throw this one out to you guys. Boop. What decimal places will this measurement right here, this blue box, what will this one have in it? So if you look at that response device thing of yours, it should be asking you, which decimal places will this measurement have in it? Let's take a look at our answers. So it looks like D, E, and F, and then just D. So what's printed on our ruler here? The ones place, are there 10 things in between it? There is, so we go 2. So the answer is D, E, and F. Okay? I'm sure, Cam, this being your first time looking at this, does that kind of make sense? Maybe it doesn't, but you see that sheet that you just filled out right there? This is we are at 16. But do you see this guy right here that we did? What places are printed on the ruler? And we go back to this one. The ones are placed, so that's why we circled the ones. And then are there 10 tick marks? And are there 10 divisions in between this? Yeah, there is. So then you go 2 to the right. So you go 1, 2. And that's why it's D, E, and F. Okay? Here's the next one. Give this one a try. What decimal places will this measurement? Woo! Okay. So what's printed on this ruler? The tenths. So there's a decimal, and it's the one right next to it. So the tenths. And is there 10 divisions? Yes. So you go 2. 1, 2. So we would circle E, F, and G. E, F, and G. We got about half of us. It's okay. Try another one. What decimal places would be on this measurement? Hey! You guys nailed it! Why? Because what's printed on the ruler? The tens. And there's no tick marks, so you only go 1. Right? So 36. Nice. Very good. Very good. Hey, I think that we're doing okay. Let's see if that was a fluke. What decimal places will this measurement have in it? Ooh! Because they're all divided here. So what's on the tape measure? What's on the tenths, right? So the tenths, is there 10? Yes, so then you go 2. So the answer is E, F, and G. And to kind of give you a little foreshadow of where we're going to start putting numbers here in a little while. So the first number would be 0.3. So 0.3, so 3. And then I'm going to count these. So here's 3.31, 0.32. It's not quite to this one, isn't it? So it's 0.32. And then you guessed the last one, 5. 0.325 would be the correct measurement for that one right there. Okay? Try her again. What decimal point plus what decimal places will this measurement? Woo! More agreement. Let's see if we're right. What's printed on our ruler? The tens. Well, I'm going to do that in red, just so we kind of keep the same color scheme. The tens. Is there 10 divisions? No, there's not. So we only go 1. So if you're going to actually measure this blue bar, 30, 38, 39? Yeah, both are acceptable. So that would be how long this was according to this ruler. 38, 39. All right, next one. What decimal places will this measurement have in it? Oh, look at there. More agreement. What's printed on the ruler? The thousands. And is there 10? No. So you only go 1 over. So if you were going to actually measure this blue thing right here, I'm going to have to do it in black. 3,000. Yeah, 30 and a 6, 3,600. So that would be about 3,600 long. Yes. Yeah, but what you can't say is you can't say that this thing right here is 3610. No, this ruler is not precise enough to give you that place right there. Yes, yes. Acceptable answer, 3,600. Acceptable answer, 3,500. Right? This last digit is always up for a debate. It's always unique to each individual. We try our best because it's like, I can tell that like the middle is like right there. So it's a little bit, I mean, you know what I mean? You can't definitively say because they haven't divided it for you. So that's why it's always up for debate. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and even like when we were doing this one here, like, so 39. Oh, that one didn't do it. Here, 0.2325, right? Yep. Yes, there should be, that's exactly, we're going to see that one. You're right. Anything before it, you put zeros. Anything behind it, you put zeros. Yes. Yes, there's so many little cases like that, and it's like, okay, I like where you're going and where you're thinking ahead, and I appreciate that so much. Next one. No, don't. I'll let them go. Like this is great. This is what science is. It's great. What decimal places will this measurement have in it? You guys are getting some pretty consistent good stuff here. I like it. So talk to me about what you thought, Virgil, when you did this one. So you think that G, because G is the, oh, whoa, careful. These are not thousandths. These are thousands, right? So do you see this number 3,000? 3,000, right? Yeah, so you said thousandths, but really it's thousand. Right? And that's okay. Simple mistake. You'll fix it next time, right? So, thousands. That's what's printed on the ruler. Are there 10 divisions? Yep. So we go this one, and then we go this one. So, if I was going to actually measure this, do you see how this ruler is a little bit different than our last one? So this would be 3,000. Okay. 3,100, 32. So it's past that one. So 3,200 and then 50. So 3,250. And you see how this ruler, you can be more accurate than our last ruler. Oh, this one's only 3,500. But then this one, because it's got those 10 divisions, now you can really break it down into a smaller amount. Yes, Miss Isley is pointing out that there's a... Yes, when we go back to, let's say... Yes. So here's that decimal point, and it corresponds with that decimal point right here. That since this is to the right of that decimal point, now we're going to start using the numbers to the right of the decimal point, like tenths. But if it was on the other side, like this, I think the next ruler, so here's that decimal point again. Now we're going to go on the left-hand side of that decimal point. And now we have tens. Yeah. Oh, I feel like we're learning. Don't you feel like we're learning? Oh, man, this is scary. I'm telling you, if we could all get one of these right, I'm gonna just jump out of my pants here. What decimal places will this measurement have in it? F. Why do you think it would be E and F? Because you see something here, right? Okay, but what do you see right here? My man, that's exactly right. So this one, you actually see the numbers in the hundredths place. They're 1, 2 to the right of that decimal point. So that decimal point, we're 1, 2 to the right. So, oh boy. Can we even do this one? Oh, we can, right? So we got it at the hundredths, and there's not 10 things, so it only goes 1 to the right. So the correct answers will be F and G. Yeah. Did you? My man. I'm proud of you. You're learning. I feel good. That's awesome. Now, if we were going to put a number to this, Miss Isley. Point 0, 3, 4. Do you see that? This is tricky, isn't it? Because it's almost to this. So even though this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, really what it represents is 2, 4, 6, 8, like that. So even though this last one's up for a little bit of debate, it's like, it's actually 0.3, 4 would be like that. Yeah, so we're going to deal, when we start putting numbers in, that's like a whole nother bag. Yes, Zoe. Yeah, are you feeling okay? Okay. Yeah, that sounds fine. You need someone to go with you to make sure you get there okay? All right. Sounds fine. Thank you. All right. Well, let's see. Are we going to get this one? You going to get this one? I think that you can get this one. All right, next one. And hit submit button at the top right. I did. I had to because I got looking at the question. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to go long enough. Zoe is. Oh, baby. Yeah. Because what's printed on it this time, Verge? The hundredths. So here's our decimal point. Our decimal point's right there. And we are 1, 2 to the right. So here's my decimal point, and I am 1, 2 to the right. And are there 10 things in between it? Yes. So when we go this one and this one, and this is where Verge said I had to add one, because if I was going to measure this one, holy cats, 0.0, I'll be right with you. Okay, 0.03. Oopsie, I'll have to leave that there. 0.03, okay. There's 1, 2. Okay. 0.032. Yes. Anything that you say, because it's kind of, let me get rid of that. It looks pretty close to the middle, doesn't it? A little bit less. So I'd say maybe 4. And again, that last one, always a little bit debatable. Yes. So far, you got nothing wrong? My man. I'm proud of you. That's very good. I'm telling you, the more we do this, the more confident that you get in it. It's just kind of, whew. Okay, this is going to be our last one, and then we're going to actually start putting numbers into these. You're going to start measuring it like I have been, putting numbers down. So, let's start at the beginning. The first question is, what's printed on the ruler? Which place is printed on the ruler? The tenths, exactly. Well, these are the tenths, right? The very first one. Is that where all the numbers are? Or are all the numbers one more over? They're one more over. So this is going to be the hundredths, right? Are there 10 divisions in between here? No. So if there's not 10 divisions, do we go 1 or 2? You go 1. That's right there. So this answer would be F and G. Is that what you had, Dom? Nice. So this number, if I was going to put a number in here, 0.02, right? And then your 8. And your 8 or your 9. 0.028. Okay. We're going to transition to see if you can put some numbers in here. How to measure accurately. I think what I want to do, I might want to bring this with us. I think that this is our little security blankie. And I'm going to copy this because I don't think I put it down. What's that? Texas A&M. I got it in Texas. Hey, Zoe. You gonna come back and hang out for a little while? Okay. Okay. So here's what the question looks like. And you need to fill in the measurement of this blue line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put our security blanket in here. Paste. Oh boy, that's big. It's a big blankie. It just helps us. And maybe as we get going after a while, we can kind of wean ourselves away from it. So here's the question. How long is this blue line? Type it into your response device with the right zeros. I'll give you a hint. It's either 6, 6.4, 6.40, or 6.400. Which of those measurements do you think it is? And why? Stop it. And then it should go away. And then we'll start over on the next one. Because, I don't know. Woo, baby! 50-50 split. Back to our security blanket. What number is printed on the ruler? Which places? The ones place, right? Are there 10 divisions? No. So you only go 1. So this answer is blank point blank. 6.4. All these things we've been doing up to this point are leading to this moment where we're putting down the right numbers, and you have to have the correct number because these would all work, but which one, how precise can we be with a ruler like this? Next one. I will put our blanket up here. Closing the one eye. I know. I had to make this big. Important is, when we do this, the ones are printed here, and then there are 10 divisions, so it's going to be blank, point, blank, blank, something, point, something, something. And so when you look over here, 2.80, that's good. 285, we're missing a decimal point. 2.90, 2.04. So I've got 3 answers here that have the right to blank, point, blank, blank, but now we have to start picking the correct numbers. So let's take a look. So my first number, definitely a 2. It goes between 2 and 3, right? So it's 2 point. And we all did that. 2 point, 2 point, and 2 point. Now, here's 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, and 2.9, right? So the question is, does it get to that 9? Yes or no? No, it doesn't. So if it doesn't get to the 9, it's 2.8. 2.8, 2.89. Right? Because it's almost to the 9. 2.88. 2.87. Those would all be legit answers. So the correct answers could be Yeah. So when I look up here to your answers, 2.80, it could be a little bit, like, because what you're saying, 2.80, you're saying, here's 2.80 when it's like right there. It's closer to that 8. But since it's over here like that, it would be past the 5. Like 2.85, 2.86, 2.88. Okay? We'll get better. Next one. See if we can try this one. I will put our thing, edit, paste. So again, what number is printed on the ruler? Are there 10 divisions? And if so, now we start filling in the numbers. You're right, because what's printed on the ruler are the tenths. There are 10. So now you're getting the right decimal points. You're putting the right correct number of numbers in, but we have to get the correct numbers next. So 0.2, is it past 0.2? Yeah, so it's 0.2, which you all got. Okay, here's the 1, and here's the 2. Is it past the 1? It is. So it's 0.21, and here's the last thing that we estimate. 0.21, I would go 3. To me, this looks like a third of the way to that next line. Right? 0.21. 0.212, 0.214, 0.215. Those are all acceptable answers. 0.216, yes. 0.212, yes. 0.212, yes. You guys are doing a great job. You're doing a good job. Cameron. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so here's our line, and here's my next line. That looks like a half of the way there, right? So you could say 0.215. It's legit. For me, from my perspective, it looks a little bit less than a half. Yeah, when I'm looking at an angle, it looks farther, but now it doesn't look as far. No, the beautiful thing about this is a flat piece of screen that when Virgil said, I'm looking at an angle, we all see the same thing because this is one flat thing. But when you start taking a board or your speedometer, it does matter what angle that you're looking at it. So that stuff how you measure is going to be our next step. Like, how do you get good, accurate results? Hey, I think you guys did a phenomenal job today. I really do. I think that this shows that you're getting the right number of digits. We're going to tighten up the screws and get the right number of numbers, the right numbers, tomorrow. Thanks. Me? Probably 5, 6. Here, let me pause my recording.